isumiti po natin ito sa fact check. Hindi po historic rights ang pinagtitibay ng China sa Scarborough Shoal.
So we should not allow Mr. Ado Paglinawan saying all those lies because as I said, he's a pro-China fake news purveyor.
Pero parang pinagtatanggol nyo ang China.
Hindi po.
Hindi, pinagtatanggol nyo ang China.
Hindi po.
Hindi, pinagtatanggol
Ang
nyo ang China.
pinagtatanggol ko po ay ang katotohanan.
Huwag kayong
Kung ako'y
sumigaw
bibigyan
dito,
nyo ng
sapagkat
pagkakataon,
mas malakas
ay
ang boses ko sa
sasabihin
inyo.
ang
Point of
base ko.
order, Mr. Chair.
Order.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, what's the point of order, Chairman Akop, please?
The resource person concerned I think does not know the rules. So it's better that we remind him of our rules so that any member of this committee will not move to cite him in contempt.
Before I ask the question to Commodore Tariela, ako po yung naniniwala no, na minsan po, kagaya po ng sinabi ni Chairman, meron pong politika na involved dito. Ngunit sa aking punto de vista, Mr. Chairman, ang ibig bang sabihin na napupolitika, kaya nahahati ang may pumapanig sa China, may pumapanig sa Pilipino? I perfectly understand if some of the Filipinos would support a candidate, a local candidate at that. I would perfectly understand kung merong pinapanigan na mga Pilipino rin. Pero kung pumanig ka sa China at tinulak mo ang naratibo ng China, hindi na politika yun. Pag-traidor na yun sa ating bayan. And higit sa lahat, ang nakakalungkot, Pilipino ang gumagawa po niyan. Ngayon, nabanggit kanina ni Commodore Tariela that there are some, I suppose, correct me if I'm wrong, there are vloggers who are actually pushing forward the narrative of China in the issue of West Philippine Sea. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you identify them and inform this committee kung sino-sino itong mga to?
As what I mentioned during the last committee meeting, Mr. Chair, I have identified Mr. Mark Lopez and also Mr. Ado Paglinawan. He has written a lot of articles contradicting the factual narrative of the Philippine government when it comes to our fight in the West Philippine Sea.
Oh, okay. So, you also mentioned that there could be a motivation why they're pushing forward the China narrative. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, ano kaya ang motivation, Commodore?
Well, I don't have any idea behind the motivation, Mr. Chair, but we can just probably speculate for some other reason.
Based on your speculation, what could have been or what could have been the motive or motivation of these people who have been pushing forward the narrative of China?
Well, looking at the incidents that happen in different countries, Mr. Chair, we know for a fact that there are people who are using a pro-China narrative, whether in the United States or in Australia or any other countries, because they are being supported financially.
Doon ba sa kanilang mga, did they state some facts on, kagaya po nung sinabi ninyo na sinasabi nila na kayo ang talagang traidor dahil kayo ay naniniwala sa Amerika? Tama po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And did they state some facts or dahilan kung bakit ganun ang kanilang sinabi?
They did not support such claim, Mr. Chair. They just mentioned taksil ako. And for example, for Mr. Ado Paglinawan, he always enjoyed calling me as tonto of Mr. Ray Powell.
Is Mr. Paglinawan here? You are Mr. Paglinawan, sir?
Opo.
Okay, pwede po bang magtanong sa inyo, sir? Ano ho ang inyong posisyon tungkol sa paglalagay ng mga mga installations or buildings sa West Philippine Sea ng bansang China. Ano po inyong pananaw dyan?
Ang pananaw ko po dito ay hindi napipinto sa pro-China o pro-US. Dahil kami po sa Asian Century PH. With all due respects to the Congresswoman from Bataan, ang aming pong panuntunan, kumukuha kami ng mga aligasyon, pina-fact check namin. At kung may diversion, nagbibigay kami ng sarili naming opinion. Yan po ang proseso na aming sinusundan. Sa pagtatayo po ng mga installation ng China dyan, yan po ay batay sa kanilang pananaw. Maaring mali yan sa ating pananaw, pero sa kanilang pananaw, tama sila.
Sige po. Sa inyong pananaw, sino ho may-ari ng West Philippine Sea? Yung tinayuan nila ng installation, Mr. Paglinawan.
Unang-una po, kailangan bumalik tayo sa basic definition of terms.
Sir,
Nagbanggit po kayo
excuse me
ng
po.
West Philippine Sea.
Excuse me po, sir. Yun na lang po, para hindi po humaba. Doon na lang po sa area where the Philippines claims ownership on those islands na tinayuan po ng China, ng kanilang mga installations. Ano hong pananaw nyo doon? Tayo po ba may-ari noon o sila?
Wala po tinatayo ang China sa mga sa mga lugar na ating inokupa.
Doon ho sa Scarborough Shoal, wala ho ba silang tinayo doon?
Unang-una po, mismo sa testimonya ni Mr. Tariela, ang may effective control po ng Scarborough Shoal, at ito ang video, ay ang China.
Pwede ho bang makahingi niyan, sir? Okay.
Pwede pong i-play ito. Sa aspeto po ng international law, ang pinakamataas na antas ng pagpapatupad ng batas ay ang customary law. Yan po ay pinagtitibay ng actual occupation, sustained administrative control, and defense if necessary. Magbibigay po ako ng ehemplo. Noong pong 2012, dito po sa, with all due respects, dito po sa inyong privilege speech, sinight ninyo that the occupation of Scarborough Shoal in 2012 marked a significant turning point, with China asserting historic rights as their justification. Isumiti po natin ito sa fact check. Hindi po historic rights ang pinagtitibay ng China sa Scarborough Shoal.
Mr. Chair,
Ang soberanya po na in-exercise ng China sa Scarborough Shoal
Mr. Chair,
is out of the fact that we abandoned control after the stand
Okay, sige
off.
po, sir. Teka ho, para ho, medyo lumalawak na tayo kasi sa aking pananaw, I may be wrong. In your case, you may also be wrong. Sabi po ng UNCLOS kasi, yung area yon ay atin. Kaya nga ho, ang tanong ko sa inyo, ano mang inyong pananaw?
Wala po kayong maipapakita
Mr.
sa
Chair?
akin
Mr. Chair,
sa UNCLOS na yung area na yan.
Hindi ho ba naging dispute yan because kaya nga ho nagkaroon ng arbitral ruling noong 2016 Dahil po kiniklaim yan at tayo naman po ay kiniklaim nating ating yan. Sige, Commodore
ang
Tariela.
ruling
Excuse me lang, sir.
Wait.
Excuse me, sir.
Order,
Si
order.
Commodore Tariela.
Let the chair recognize first before you speak. So, you have your share of your thoughts. Commodore Tariela, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before we allow Mr. Ado Paglinawan to further propagate his own lies and disinformation, let me first highlight the fact there are lawyers here. We all understand that the 2016 Arbitral Award has already invalidated the historic whatsoever claim of the People's Republic of China. So we should not allow Mr. Ado Paglinawan saying all those lies because, as I said, he's a pro-China fake news purveyor, and we should not allow him to say those kind of things in this hallowed hall of the House of Representatives.
Mr. Chair, abogado po ba si Mr. Pagliawan?
You can ask him personally.
Abogado po ba
Mr.
kayo?
Ado, you are now recognized. Chairman Abante is asking a question. You can answer him
Mr.
directly.
Chair,
Go ahead.
abogado po ba kayo, Mr. Pagliawan?
Hindi po. Ako po ay marunong lamang
Hindi
magbasa.
po kayo abogado. Ano po? Marunong kayong ano?
Marunong lang po akong magbasa.
O, pangalawa, ako rin po marunong magbasa eh. Pare-pareho tayo.
Opo.
Oho. Pangalawa, kayo po ba'y tagapagsalita ng China?
Hindi po.
Hindi pa. Hindi ho kayo tagapagsalita ng China.
Hindi po.
Pero parang pinagtatanggol nyo ang China.
Hindi po.
Hindi, pinagtatanggol nyo ang China.
Hindi po.
Hindi, pinagtatanggol
Ang
nyo ang China.
pinagtatanggol ko po ay ang katotohanan.
Huwag kayong
Kung ako'y
sumigaw
bibigyan
dito
nyo ng
sapagkat
pagkakataon,
mas malakas
ay
ang boses ko sa
sasabihin
inyo.
ang base
Point of
ko.
order, Mr. Chair.
Order.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, what's the point of order, Chairman Akop, please?
The resource person concerned does not know the rules. So it's better that we remind him of our rules so that any member of this committee will not move to cite him in contempt. I think, Mr. Chair, that is your duty to remind him of our rules.
Mr. Ado, please refrain from talking while the members of this committee is still have the floor. So again,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
again, wait. This is a reminder to all of us, no, na mga resource persons, no, to answer, sumagot muna kapag nirecognize na po ng chairman. Para meron po tayong kaayusan sa ating pong hearing. Okay, for
Mr.
now,
Chairman, the
for
last
now,
time I check, I have the floor.
Mr. Chair.
But I beg, I will...
Mr. Chair.
that,
Congressman Ako, please.
I would like to remind the resource person na kami nga rito, hindi po kami nagsasalita until and unless we are recognized by the chairman. Now, if you're not going to recognize and obey that rule, I'll be compelled to move to cite you in contempt for disrespect. I hope that is understood. Kanina pa ako rito, nakikinig. And if you notice, if I speak, I ask permission from the chair. Why? Because it's the rule. Now, if you are here, you follow the rule. When you are in Rome, do what the Romans do. I hope that is understood. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Meron lang
Mr. Chair,
sige,
can I-
maraming salamat, Congressman Ako, for that manifestation. Congressman Barbers,
Yeah,
but before you proceed, no, kasi you still have the floor. Nag-interject lang si Congressman
thank you
Abante.
for reminding me that I have the floor.
Yeah, you have the floor.
Mr.
But can you allow me to ask some, ano lang?
You're
I
the
just wanted to be
chairman,
educated on this because a while ago, Mr. Ado was telling us that he read about the UNCLOS decision. Is it correct to assume that you have read the UNCLOS decision? You can answer. You are
Mr.
now
Chairman,
recognized. Yes.
bago po masagot ni Mr. Paglinawan yung tanong na yan, meron no sanang tanong muna na tanungin natin siya, ano ho bang inyong expertise? Kayo ba expert? Ano ho bang inyong credentials, sir? so that we would know na
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
ako po ay nagsilbi na diplomat sa Washington, D.C. from 1986 to 1993.
Ano pong position niyo po doon,
Ako
Mr.
po
Ado?
ay special assistant to the ambassador and concurrent press attaché and spokesperson for the embassy, and for 2 years for the UN Office of the Permanent Representative of the Philippines.
And who was the ambassador during that time?
Ano po?
Sino po yung ambassador during that time?
The ambassador during that time was Ambassador Emmanuel Pelaez.
Emmanuel Pelaez. Okay. So, UNCLOS po, binabanggit po dito kanina, nadinig ko po si Commodore Tariela, that hindi po ako familiar sa UNCLOS. I haven't read the whole decision yet. But what I heard a while ago was that historical claim of China was abandoned by the UNCLOS decision. So, yung kiniklaim nila that that part of the WPS is part of their historical territory had been abandoned by the UNCLOS decision. Would you agree with that? Since nabasa po nyo yung UNCLOS?
Ako po,
Hindi,
Mr.
sagutin niyo po
Chair.
muna ako, sir. Kung,
Ako po.
kung yun po ba, would you agree na sa nabasa po ninyo sa UNCLOS decision, yung pong historical claim ng China ay inabandon na nung decision yon? Tama po ba o mali yung nadinig ko kanina? Inabandon na po ng desisyon sa UNCLOS yung historical claim ng China doon sa area natin sa West Philippine Sea. Were you able to read that part? Were you able to read that part? Were you able to read that part?
Mr. Chair, binanggit po ni
Mr. Ado, tinatanong ko lang po kung nabasa po ninyo, sabi nyo nabasa nyo yung UNCLOS decision. Ako hindi. Nakikinig lamang po ako sa usapan ninyo at binabanggit po ni Commodore Tariela that it was abandoned, the historical claim of China on that part. So, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, nabasa nyo po ba yun? Na inabandon na ng
Hindi
UNCLOS?
po inabandon yon, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi inabandon ng
Imposible
UNCLOS...
po-
Wait. Hindi inabandon ng UNCLOS decision yung historical claim ng China.
Hindi po. Mr. Chair, babasahin ko sa inyo ang arbitral ruling.
Sige, go ahead. Para maintindihan po namin kung talagang...
Dahil marami pong propaganda na kumakalat. Dito tayo sa letra.
Can you kindly give us your document that you are holding
Ito
right
po,
now?
I agree with Mr. Tariela in the 2016 Arbitral Award, paragraph 278. Dineklara po ng Arbitral Award na yung 9-dash line ay walang legal basis.
So,
Tinatanggap ko po yan.
so abandon yan.
Opo.
Inabandon na yung historical right ng China doon sa 9-dash line.
Hindi, nag-create sila.
Unang-una po, Mr. Chair, if I may, hindi po naging posisyon ng China sa arbitral ruling yan dahil ang China ay hindi nag-participate sa arbitral tribunal, sa arbitration. Ang nagsumiti po niyan ay ang panel ng Pilipinas. The claims of China in the South China Sea
Mr.
are
Chair.
based on historic titles, based on historic
Mr. Chair.
rights, based on history.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Alright,
Mr. Chair.
okay, ang tinatanong ko po kanina, kung doon po sa desisyon ng UNCLOS, even without the participation of China on that ruling or on that proceeding, ay inabando na ng desisyon yung historical claim ng China doon sa ating pong parte ng West Philippine Sea. Yun po yung tinatanong ko eh.
Hindi po naman UNCLOS ang nagdesisyon, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Arbitral ruling.
Yung arbitral ruling.
Opo.
So yun din po yun eh. It's all the same.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just I don't think he's the right person to speak about the UNCLOS decision. In fact, he's getting confused as to what is the arbitral ruling And what is the UNCLOS? Alam mo, Mr. Chair, may I ask, Mr. Paglinawan, you mentioned kanina you're a diplomat. Tama?
Opo.
Bakit ka naging diplomat? Are you holding a plantilla position in the DFA? Anong position nyo?
At the time of my appointment, Your Honor, I was a political appointee. But at
Political
the time of my termination of tenure,
No, sir.
I was certified by the
Sir,
President to
sir.
have already been joined the ranks.
Sir, hindi ka ho diplomat. Hindi ka ho diplomat. Kasi ang diplomat po, organic po sa Department of Foreign Affairs. Oh, yan po yung mga ambassador. Kayo po ay hindi. Kung special assistant lang po kayo, you're not the right person to speak about that. Anyway, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair.
we can go to another resource person, Mr. Chair. Meron po kasing information dito eh. You were one of the delegates to the you were part of the delegation to China in 2015, engaging in various Chinese think tanks. Ano ito?
Nagpunta po ako sa China, 2015. Tama po yan. At saka noong 2019, para hindi na kayo mahirapan sa Google.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That explains why he has that kind of a mentality. Salamat po, Mr. Paglinawan.
Mr.
Okay
Chair,
na po.
can I-
Tapos na po kayo.
Mr. Chair, meron lang ako isang tanong.
Okay.
Kayo po ba ay pro-China?
Wait.
Pro-China ho ba kayo? Dali lang. Hindi, gusto kong sagutin niya eh. Kayo po ba ay pro-China?
Hindi po ako pro-China, hindi ako po pro-US. Ako po ay pro-truth. Kung papayagan niyo akong basahin ng arbitral ruling,
Eh,
Mr.
kayo ay
Chairman, maliliwanagan
makapili.
kayo.
Makapili ho kayo, makapili.
Okay, so we will be proceeding to the to the next Medyo confusing na po yung binabanggit.
Mr. Chair, can I
No,
just
I'm not recognizing you as of this moment. So please stop interpreting So for the moment, we will be going back to the main topic of our discussion, yun yung fake news, Fake news. So since merong gray area yung personality ni Mr. Ado, I think we need to proceed to the next item of our agenda. So, do you have other question or queries with Commodore Tariela? Kung wala na po, pupunta na po tayo doon sa Impinitus, which is some issues that were tackled in the Senate hearing. And we have invited some resource persons, the incorporators of the Impinitus. Comsec, we have invited the Impinitus. Anybody from that company who have been invited is here? Wala po ba yung sa Impinitus? Okay, kung wala po yung Impinitus, siguro, andito ba, Comsec? Wala kahit isa?
Sir, Your Honor,
Go ahead, Comsec.
the Infinitus company was invited, but the legal counsel representing them replied in their said.
Anong sabi doon sa kanilang...
No representative po.
Okay, the very reason why we will be tackling this issue of Impinitus, because one of the members of this committee was mentioned, the name of Congressman Ace Barbers. Your name was mentioned on the presentation that was conducted by Senator Francis Tolentino, and that's the reason why it gives us some reason para matakil po dito sa ating pong committee. I think we have prepare some presentation on this matter. Technical, meron ba tayong parang...
Mr. Chair, if I may, I would have wanted to ask questions to the representatives of Infinitus because we have invited them. Unfortunately, sila po ay hindi dumating. Napaka-importante pong issue sana ang aking gustong tanungin sa kanila. Tungkol po ito doon sa expose that Senator Tolentino made at least a week or 2 weeks before the May 12 elections. If I may continue, Mr. Chair.
Okay, now you have the floor, Congressman Ace Barbers.
Okay, salamat po. A few weeks ago, merong balita tungkol sa kontrata ng Embassy of the People's Republic of China with Infinitus Marketing Solutions Incorporated. This is a domestic corporation based in Makati City and established in 2019. Infinitus positions itself as a company in integrated marketing and communications. They have recently come under intense scrutiny for its alleged role in a covert agreement with the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, as exposed by former Senator Tol Tolentino. At the heart of the controversy ay ang reported operation of troll farms, tasked with spreading disinformation and pro-China narratives, particularly those supporting Beijing's sweeping claims over the West Philippine Sea, which raises urgent concerns about foreign interference, national sovereignty, and the manipulation of public discourse. May I ask, I don't know if it's clear, Mr. Chairman, kung nababasa ninyo.
Pwede natin zoom yan. O yan, go ahead.
Paki-zoom
So
ng
yan
konti
yung
yan.
cheque that was paid
Yeah.
by the Chinese Embassy.
During the previous Senate hearings, a service agreement was presented by Senator Tolentino that appears to be signed by a Chinese embassy official by the name of Wu Chengqi and Infinitus Marketing Director Maika Basco Pointon. This was in August of 2023. A check worth 930,000 pesos from the Bank of China issued under the account of the Chinese Embassy and in favor of Infinitus was also presented by Senator Tolentino. The company's alleged role is to recruit the so-called keyboard warriors, no? Nakalagay po dyan, no? Sa slide number 3, please. Can you please show another slide? Ayan po. Naka-emphasize dyan, no? Na talagang to recruit so-called keyboard warriors, potentially Filipino citizens, to operate fake social media accounts. So ngayon, we come to the more important part, Mr. Chairman. If we look at the service agreement, makikita po natin sa isang bahagi nito ang pagbanggit ng tinatawag nilang mga keyboard warriors, na emphasize pa nga po dyan, na tinagurian pa nilang dedicated, dapat, at loyal sa kanilang organisasyon. Now, the use of this term raises several questions. Dahil klaro po to this body that there is no other interpretation for this word. Alam naman po siguro nating lahat na ang salitang ito ay commonly used to refer to trolls in the internet o yung mga taong aggressively and abusively posts on the internet. Pag sinabi mo kasing keyboard warrior, ito po ay sa ating pagkakalam, ito po ay trolls. No? And the fact that this is being used in a contract and in relation to an issue management project points directly to coordinated online behavior. Katakataka rin po, Mr. Chairman, ang paggamit po nila ng term na issue management project, while this can mean any number of things, pero paired with keyboard warriors, nagmumuka po talaga itong isang deliberate effort to shape the narratives online. And since this is a contract with the Chinese Embassy, medyo concerning lamang po, Mr. Chair, kasi kung anumang political narrative o campaign ang nais nilang iparating sa publiko, medyo meron pong tumatrabaho niyan. Yung nga yung sinasabi nating keyboard warriors. Now, I'd like to show you sino ba yung Infinitus na kakontrata ng Chinese Embassy. So, sino nga ba si Infinitus? Sino ba ang nagpapalakad nito o namamalakad dito? Ayon sa kanilang Articles of Incorporation, pwede bang iangat yan ng konti? Nakikita natin ngayon na merong mga Pilipinong incorporators ang
Paki-zoom nga muna, paki-zoom, para makita natin yung mga incorporators of the Infinitus.
Meron pong mga Pilipino incorporators ang kumpanyang ito. Pero kung titingnan nating mabuti, mukhang lumalabas na po na isa na namang Chinese-run company ito. Kung makikita natin, ang mga incorporators ng kumpanya ay ang mga pangalan Ruby Gestiada, Christine Lee, Min Lee, Pin Lee, Maika Isabel Basco. Ngunit, according to Mr. Pin Lee himself, when he attended the hearing, he is also married to a Filipina incorporator. Isang detalye na nagpapakita, Mr. Chairman, that despite there being 3 Filipino owners, mukhang talagang Chinese naman po ang nagpapatakbo ng kumpanyang ito. Bago po tayo tumuloy sa issue na yan, tingnan po muna natin ang Infinitus as a company. Ano ba ang kanilang activity? Ano bang nangyari sa kanilang kumpanya? Can you please show the next slide? Ito, napakahalaga po nito. Kung nakikita ninyo, Mr. Chair, kung titingnan natin yung kanilang audited financial statement, makikita natin na negative na ang retained earnings nila. Ibig sabihin, sila po ay lugi. No? Umabot na ang kanilang deficit na halos 30.6 million pesos as of the end of 2023. Mukhang nabubuhay lang itong kumpanyang ito, Mr. Chairman, dahil sa shareholder advances. Ika nga, yung mga may-ari ay nag-a-advance, no? Nahigit na po 26 million pesos. Pero ang catch dito, Mr. Chairman, wala doon sa asset column ang mga advances na ito. Ibig sabihin, nagastos na ang pondo at wala tayong nakikitang kita nila o asset ng kanilang kumpanya na kapalit. Even more concerning, Mr. Chair, is the fact na daang milyong piso na ang hawak ng kumpanya under shareholders' advances. Pero hanggang sa ngayon, hindi pa rin klaro kung para saan ito at sino ang nagbibigay. Nakalagay pa sa records na non-interest bearing and payable on demand ang advances ng ito, ng mga incorporators na ito, ng shareholders na ito. Pero wala tayong makita kahit simpleng breakdown kung paano ginamit ang pondo o kung sino ang mga involved. Mr. Chair, this is a red flag that demands scrutiny. Mr. Chairman, one can only surmise that Infinitus may be functioning not as a legitimate company, but perhaps as a financial pass-through, or worse, for funding activities with no clear commercial return. What is truly shocking, Mr. Chairman, is that despite the financial hemorrhage that this company is experiencing right now, based on that record, and absence of sustainable revenue, the company has continued to receive payments from foreign entities, including the checks or the check shown earlier issued by the Chinese embassy to Infinitus. Now, can you move to the next slide, please? Mr. Chair, kailangan din nating i-point out na walang designated treasurer. Ito, nakakapagtaka po ito, na walang designated treasurer ang kumpanya base sa kanilang 2024 GIS. Linawin ko lang, Mr. Chair, na lahat na pinapakita natin dito ay nakuha po namin through open sources. Ito po ay mga submissions nila sa SEC. Pero makikita natin na dyan, yung Miss Maika Pointon, ang pumirma dun sa kanilang 2023 amended annual ITR bilang treasurer ng kumpanyang ito daw. No? Malinaw po na may inconsistency dito at posibleng may misrepresentation sa kanilang official filings. Dahil dito, nananawagan tayo sa ating mga regulatory agencies, BIR, SEC, na tingnan po nating mabuti ito. Tukuyin ang tunay na likas na mga transaksyong ito. No, failing this, Mr. Chairman, I am afraid that it will only deepen the suspicion that these advances may have originated from entities with interest far beyond what is reflected on paper. Mabigat po kasi ang implikasyon nito, Mr. Chairman. Hindi lang sa compliance, kundi national security na rin. At this point, Mr. Chair, we can only speculate. But what little we see already calls for an immediate investigation. In the next slide, I will show you. Ito po si Miss Maika Basco, no? Sa kanyang Facebook page, yung kanyang followers ay mahigit 364,000, no? Isa siya sa mga Filipino incorporators nitong Infinitus na ito, Mr. Chair. At base sa aming impormasyon na nakalap, mukhang isa rin po siyang social media personality o influencer. Kasi sa laki ng kanyang followers, no, 364,000 yung kanyang followers. Sa Instagram naman, meron din siyang follower na 357,000. Ayun sa left side po. So dito sa Facebook, 364,000. Sa Instagram, 357,000. So ayon sa kanilang latest GIS, o General Information Sheet na isinabmit ng Infinitus, itong si Miss Maika, siya rin po ang tinalagang corporate secretary. If you recall kanina, pinakita natin, pumirma siya bilang isang treasurer. No? Sa kanyang sinabmit na dokumento, sinasabi doon na siya po ay treasurer ng kumpanyang ito. Pero dito sa impormasyon na ito, itong Infinitus itong GIS ng pinaka-latest nilang GIS, kitang-kita po na siya rin ang pumipirma bilang corporate secretary. Ayan po sa baba, Maika Isabel Pointon. So hindi ba nakakapagtaka at ito'y isang red flag? Bukod sa non-compliance, merong malaking tanong na naiiwan sa isipan ng ating mga kababayan. Now, as a corporate secretary, Mr. Chairman, si Ms. Maika pumirma po dun sa audited financial statement ng Infinitus. As a side note, this part of the financial statement should not have been signed by the corporate secretary. Under the SEC rules, the statement of management responsibility for the financial statements must be signed by both the president and the treasurer, hindi po yung corporate secretary, who are accountable for the accuracy and integrity of the company's financial reporting. Pero sa base sa pinakauling GIS nga nila, nakita natin na walang itinalagang treasurer si Infinitus. Ano ba? Wala pong pinakita na treasurer doon. Compliance po under SEC rules na yung presidente at yung treasurer po ang magsasubmit, no, ng ganitong mga ano. So again, this is another red flag, Mr. Chairman. Kung walang treasurer ang kumpanya, ang ibig sabihin nito, walang opisyal na responsable sa pamamahala ng pera ng kumpanya at sa pagprotekta ng mga pondo nito. Lalo na't may malaking halaga ng shareholder advances, 26 million as was shown earlier, no, yung advances ng mga shareholders. At malaking pagkakalugi ng kumpanya, no? They are running on deficit of more or less around 30 million pesos. Ang kawalan ng treasurer ay nagpapataas ng pagdududa sa internal controls at pananagutan at pagiging mapagkakatiwalaan ng mga financial disclosures ng kumpanyang Infinitus. Ito lang po sana ang nag-iisang irregularity na nakita natin dito sa kumpanyang Infinitus na ito. Abay, siguro pwede nating pigit matang sabihin okay lang. Pero as you will see later, Mr. Chair, there are other irregularities that bring suspicion to the company as well as its dealings with the Chinese embassy. Can you show please the next slide? Kita niyo po yung service agreement ng Infinitus at ng Chinese embassy. Makikita natin dito na may yet another designation of Ms. Pointon in the company, now as the alleged marketing director of Infinitus. Kanina, siya ay corporate secretary. Sa isang dokumento, siya ay isang treasurer. Ngayon naman po, siya naman po ay isang, nakalagay po, ay bilang isang marketing director ng Infinitus. Ay dito, yan, kitang-kita natin dyan sa service agreement na yan. No? Ang Infinitus and their service agreement with the People's Republic, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, with Ms. Pointon as the representative of the company. So if we look at the service agreement, Mr. Chair, na ayon naman sa Infinitus representative sa kanilang pagharap doon sa Senado, ay ito daw po ay hindi totoo. Makikita po natin na ito ay may letterhead ng Infinitus. Ayun, no? And appears to be signed by Miss Pointon. Nandun sa baba. Ayan yung signature. Ang ibig sabihin lang, hindi raw sa sinasabi nila that if you look at the lower right portion of the agreement, the signature which appears there are signatures that we have seen a while ago in the GIS and AFS or the Audited Financial Statement of Infinitus. Ito po ang signature ni Miss Pointon. No? Ang ibig sabihin, hindi daw po totoo. Pero pag tiningnan mo ang mga pirma, ay tumutugma sa mga pirma ng officers ng Infinitus. Kasi dinedeny po nila itong service agreement na ito. Sabi nila, hindi daw sila yan. Hindi daw kanilang ano yan. Pero if you look at closely, the signature of Miss Pointon in the 3 documents that I've shown earlier, makikita nyo, pare-parehas po yung kanilang signature. Bilang isang corporate secretary, bilang isang treasurer, at ito naman dito bilang marketing director. So, in the next slide, makikita po natin na, ayan, kitang-kita po, iisa at magkakamuka ang mga signature ni Miss Maika Isabel Pointon, which Infinitus representative during the Senate inquiry was vehemently denying. So, mukhang niloloko tayo nito. Di ba? Hindi po tayo expert sa signature, pero kung kayo tumingin yan, tingnan nyo nga, anong makikita nyo, halos magkakamuka at pare-pareho, isang tao lamang ang pumirma. Di ba? So, now, please next slide. Show the next slide. Ayan. Mas lalo pong nakakabahala, Mr. Chairman, na lalo na't may malinaw na koneksyon ang Infinitus sa Chinese Embassy. Ayon po sa ating naging pahayag ng isang direktor ng Infinitus during I think the Senate, no, his appearance in the Senate, he denied the very existence of the contract which I showed earlier. Sabi niya, hindi amin yan, hindi totoo yan, fake daw yun. No? So, instead, he alleged that any payments received by Infinitus from the Chinese Embassy daw, yung kung check kanina na 930,000 pesos, sinasabi niya, were in connection with the services rendered for an event organized by the Chinese Embassy entitled the Award for Promoting Philippines-China Understanding, which was held at the Manila Hotel on June 8, 2023. So sinabi po niya, yung 930,000 na cheque, inamin niyang bayad sa kanila yon, pero ito daw ay in connection with the services rendered dahil according to them, they are also event organizers. So aside from this, kinumpirma rin po ni Mr. Pin Lee that they are the PR company for the Chinese Embassy. Kung kaya naman, publicly accessible social media posts from Infinitus also reflect past engagements with the Chinese Embassy. Obviously, Mr. Chair, they are not denying their connection with the Chinese Embassy. Lahat po ng posting nila sa kanilang account, Facebook account, puro Chinese Embassy. So, however, itong mga recent findings po natin ay nagpapakita na ang ugnayan ito ay hindi simpleng partnership lamang. These recent revelations shed light on just how deep, how embedded, and possibly how coordinated this relationship truly is. At base sa nilalaman ng mga dokumentong hawak natin ngayon, then this is no longer just a corporate arrangement. This touches already on national interest and security. So sa totoo lang, next slide please, base sa mga dokumento na hawak natin ng committee ito, si Mr. Wu Chengqi, na Director of Media and Public Relations ng Chinese Embassy, mismo ang pumirma dun sa service agreement bilang representative ng embassy. Makikita naman din natin na sa mga litratong naka-flash ngayon dyan, ni si Mr. Wu Chengqi ay dumadalo rin sa mga events ng Infinitus. Pinapakita lamang nito na ang kanilang relasyon ay hindi lamang transactional, gaya ng sinasabi ng representative nung siya po'y humarap sa Senado. His presence both in documents and actual engagements establishes a pattern of collaboration between Infinitus and Chinese Embassy. Kaya naman, Mr. Chair, at this point, I want to make a manifestation na there is a coordinated disinformation campaign or coordinated disinformation campaigns orchestrated by a foreign government through troll farms constitute a grave threat to Philippine national security, especially amid ongoing disputes in the West Philippine Sea. While the full extent of Infinitus movement is yet to be determined, its documented ties to the Chinese embassy demand thorough and urgent investigation by this honorable committee. This honorable committee must exercise its full authority to hold accountable all individuals found complicit in foreign-directed disinformation that undermines Philippine sovereignty and Philippine national interest. So, yun po, Mr. Chairman, I would have asked questions directly to the representative sana ng Infinitus kung siya po ay naka-attend. Dahil hindi po siya umattend, pinakita ko na lamang po yung produkto ng research ng kubiting ito tungkol po sa involvement ng Infinitus gaya ng binanggit ni Senator Tolentino. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.